here, especially when you get a lot of laps on your tires late in the run.
And you saw the way that wind's blowing these things around. You need all the help you can get to stay stuck to the road.
Take a look at this. As they run now, Skinner with a 48-point lead over Ron Hornaday. Coming into the race, it was just 3 points that separated the two.
It says in the Bible somewhere that he who is first will be last and he who is last will be first. That's all going to happen between now and the end of the race. So that piece of graphic there is not relevant to what's going to happen, because it's going to get crazy. These guys are going to start making that outside line work. You watch.
Absolutely. We've got about, 25 laps to go here.
And we're reciting biblical scripture from the booth. The green flag back out as Jack Sprague leading Todd Bodine, Rick Crawford, Mike Skinner, and Johnny Benson.
Look, all these trucks want to get to the bottom. Todd Bodine actually is going to stay to the outside, maybe battle that 60 truck for the lead. Now Rick Crawford's going to come with him on the outside. Then going outside, 3 wide.
Here goes Rick Crawford to the high side. He tries to take the lead away from Jack Sprague and Todd Bodine. Can he make the pass? He's got help on that outside line.
Rick Crawford knows how to do it. He won in Daytona back in 2003, and he's got the lead.
Crawford and his Ford out in front of another Ford, Eric Darnell, right behind him as they work together. Eric Darnell a lap down, though.
He wants to be up there in position like John Wood was to get that Aaron's lucky dog. He wants to stay up there. Look, Jack Sprague looks to the outside.
Sprague looking to the outside, has no help, though. Nobody out there to give him a shove as he is looking for some help, and Johnny Benson kicks out of line, and he will try to come to the back bumper. Those two worked together at Daytona earlier this year.
They finished 1-2. Remember, Johnny was the guy talking about staying right on the bottom of the racetrack, and now he's on the outside. Adam.
And you look at the leader, it's an Alabama boy, Rick Crawford's Mobile native, and we talked to him this morning about racing at Talladega. We said, was this your inspiration growing up as a kid to become a racer? And he said, not really. It was beyond my wildest expectations to race in a place like Talladega or Daytona. But he's got that win at Daytona and looking to add Talladega to his racing resume as well.
He's got to look to his right now, though, because the freight train is coming once again, and Toyota Tundras are making the move. That smoke rolling out of the right front. Jack Sprague has been able to make the pass. Johnny Benson follows him there 1-2.
That truck's still smoking out of the right front.
I think it might be some sort of oil leak. Maybe a oil line has come a little bit loose and it's coming out that right front fender.
You have to believe that all the drivers behind him, you see, look how tight they are, 3 wide. Derek Coates going to be buffeted out to the outside. Todd Bodine's on the outside of the 5 of Mike Skinner. Now he's got a little bit of room, and here comes Kyle Busch.
How about Kyle Busch right on the back bumper of Todd Bodine as they go down the backstretch?
Look how much racetrack is over there to their outside. They're not even using.
They don't need that. They're only 2 wide now. They'll go 3 and 4 wide when they need that track. Adam.
And we're talking a lot about Jack Sprague and that right front fender. And under caution moments ago, Todd Bodine was riding behind Sprague, and he said it looked like he had a front fender brace that was bent, perhaps causing a tire rub. He was planning where he would go should the tire go for Jack Sprague. So perhaps that's the issue for Jack. Jack has been quiet on the radio since we went back green. We'll continue to monitor the situation here.
Michael, we know where he's going to go if that tire goes. Yes, more than likely, if it's going to blow in the corner. He's going dead right.
And if you're over there to the right of him, you're really going to know where he's going.
Now, one of the things, under caution and when they were running slower, there was no smoke. So when this thing settles down, it looks like it is getting some sort of rub. So maybe it's a tire brace or a fender brace that is rubbing on the tire.
I don't see it lasting all the way to the finish. It goes up the hill a little bit there. That couldn't be planned, was it, Bill?
It didn't look like it. I would think he would want to stay right on that yellow line. Johnny went up there with him, and it's going to allow Mike Skinner to get a little momentum.
He's coming to the pit.
Oh, problems for Jack Sprague. He's going to slide in front of the field. Right into the trioval they go. Jack Sprague slides into the infield and catches about 3 or 4 trucks. One of those being the 33 of Ron Hornaday.
Ron Hornaday got caught. There's Eric Darnell, made hard contact with the inside wall.
6 of Travis Quapple's got big damage.
There's the 6 of Travis Quapple. A lot of good trucks involved here. Ron Hornaday definitely got a piece of that with a right rear corner.
I think that was I think that right front tire must have went down. He felt it going into turn 3 and just was trying to get to the pits and couldn't quite get there.
Look at all the damage to that Conway Toyota. And there's Ron Hornaday. The right rear, you see the rear fascia flapping a little bit. He got a lot of damage to that right rear corner.
20 laps of racing still to go in this one. And somewhat the big one here is Jack Sprague got turned around and went right back into the field. We see Ted Musgrave with an unbelievable amount of damage to the front end of that truck.
Yeah, several trucks still on the racetrack also have some damage. It looked like David Starr with that 10 truck had some damage. There's Eric Darnell. You can see him moving around in the truck. That's a good sign. He made some pretty hard contact with the inside wall coming off turn number 4.
Darnell was running right up front there. There's Terry Cook.
I think that's the truck
to the front.
That's the truck that made contact with Ron Hornaday.
Guess who missed out on all of this fun that took place? Mike Skinner, clean as a whistle.
We knew that this place could affect the point lead severely, and 2 of the guys that were right behind Skinner are now eliminated, and I think that eliminates officially this cat from the championship chase.
Yeah, Travis Wappel out now. We saw Terry Cook.
Yeah, we saw Terry Cook walking around. Mike Bliss was examined at the infield care center from that first accident and released.
That's Terry Cook.
Yeah, we need to
distraught. What a run he was having.
Yeah, we need to get a good look at that 33 truck of Ron Hornaday.
See Jack Sprague now climbing out of his Conway Freight 60 Toyota Tundra. Safety crews immediately dealing with the vehicles on the track, and we look at the 33 of Ron Hornaday. Again, the damage is in the right rear of this truck, and that's what they're going to work on.
And that ain't bad. That won't hurt him in getting back up to the front. And remember what happened a year ago? Todd Bodine was running 27th with 3 to go.
Got black flag, and that's why he was so far back for passing under the yellow line. Ends up finishing 4th, but very minimal damage to Ron Hornaday. He really got lucky.
There might be more twists and turns in this championship battle. I think we can officially rule out Wappel, but this cat right here has still got a chance to leave here with the lead in the points.
Travis, excuse me. Let's go down to Bob.
Travis.
Travis
and Kevin Harvick looking at his number 33 truck of Ron Hornaday right now. They are working in that right rear quarter panel, trying to pull that metal out from the tire so that they don't have any tire rub, and they're taping that sheet metal there back together. But you know, a lot of concern on this team because, of course, the championship is on the line right now. And, of course, a wild ride for Ron Hornaday. He just took an air hose and sprayed himself from all the dust inside the cockpit. But right now, the team taking their time. They're not going to change any tires this time around. Just repair that right rear quarter panel on that number 33 truck.
And how long is that going to stay? I mean, it's more or less tape that when he's going 190, 195 miles an hour, it's going to be hard to keep that on.
It was 200-mile-an-hour tape, so it should be okay. See, Jack Sprague, he knows that something's wrong right
Watch right there. See the fire come out of exhaust? He let off right there, and Johnny just didn't know what was happening.
Look at Darnell going across and hitting the inside wall.
Yeah, and Jack turns right back in the middle of the pack there.
And then Hornaday just almost threw it.
Barely got clipped.
It was all the way down in the grass. Terry Cook, a lot of damage to that Harris Trucking Toyota. Comes down and makes contact. You see the flames out of the exhaust pipes right there. Now it turns Jack right in front of the field.
What a helpless feeling for Jack Sprague, but fortunately he got banged around, but nothing ever hit him real solid, so he was able to walk away from that mess.
Jack Sprague starting on the outside of the front row. Let's ride along with Rick Crawford. He's 2 back from Jack.
You see how little Rick got out of the throttle. He made that initial contact with Johnny. Here's Dennis Setzer's on board. There's Travis Kvapil right in front of him. That's not going to be a good ride for Travis. Oh, nice choice. Nice choice by Dennis Setzer to turn hard left.
Watch the fire come out of the exhaust. See, you can't even see that. He has no idea what's fixing to happen.
I didn't see any wave, did you?
There it was.
There's the fire. That's just backing off the throttle. You're going to see that.
Let's go down trackside. Jack Sprague's with Adam Alexander.
Yeah, the good news is he's okay, man. If this isn't your season in a nutshell, I don't know what is. Tell us what happened, Jack.
Well, about 15 laps prior to that, I heard something slam the bottom of the truck, and I picked up a vibration instantly, but I thought, well, I just lost a wheel weight. And maybe I did. But right there, everything was fine. I got in the middle of 3 and 4, and the chassis got on the ground real hard. You know, one of the front tires went down. So I kind of went up in the middle of the racetrack, pulled it back down, and he was yelling, I got a flat, and I was trying to get in. And the guys behind me had nowhere to go. I hate it for all them guys. I mean, I didn't have enough hands to wave them off because I was trying to save the thing, and just got run over from behind trying to get in the pits.
It's been a challenging situation all year long for Jack Sprague, and the frustrations continue here today.
Yeah, here's a replay from Johnny Benson's on, but remember, we heard Jack watching the back window here. But what Jack just told us, he didn't have time. He was trying to save that truck. He didn't have time to wave Johnny off. Right there is when he gets out of the throttle, trying to get pit road. Johnny makes the contact and turns Jack around, but he didn't even have time to wave.
And you know he was in a position to win this race. That little bit of wisp of smoke out of the right front fender, that wasn't enough to bring that team to pit road to say we might lose a tire. You would have thought it would be just fine. But we saw for 10 or 15 laps, and that tire just wouldn't take that rub.
But it was enough to knock him out of the race.
Fifth caution of the day has come out, and it is because of this accident that took place as they came out of turn number 4. Sprague was going to move to the inside, try to get on pit road. Had a little help getting turned around, and then melee behind him. We'll be back. Green flag will come right back out from Talladega.